don't think I sound any different than anybody else, so
no, you do.
I don't hear it.
Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so I think everyone on this call right now is my personal team, or like you're all were invited by me. But welcome to Team Keep the Faith. So every month we have these challenge groups basically to help people stay on track and kind of help you along the way, because we all know it's not easy to stick to it. It's not easy to eat clean all the time or work out all the time, just because life happens and you kind of just, get lazy or let everything else get in the way. So we're kind of here to help all of you guys stay on track and learn how to do it the right way. So like I said, if you're here, you're all my coaches or all my challengers, but I have a team full of coaches who also put their challengers in here. So you'll see a lot of my coaches also posting because they have people that have signed up under them. And this is kind of my team. Our team is called Keep the Faith. You all know me, so I don't really need to explain who I am. I either cheered with you in high school, we hang out every day now, or we cheered in college, so I know all of you. Okay, so basically, everyone always asks me, I joined this crazy thing called the challenge group. What do I do now? Basically, I want you, or one thing that you all need to do is to make sure that you've taken your before and after pictures. I know that sucks to do and everyone hates to do it, but you have to, because you are, especially someone just posted a little bit ago that they gained 2 pounds. You might gain weight, but you might look completely different. I can tell you, I can weigh 150 and 145 and look like a completely different person. But in the process of going from that 5 pounds, I usually gain 5 pounds. So don't get discouraged. Make sure that you take those before and after pictures and then your measurements. Another thing, every Saturday moving forward is going to be called Saturday, and I want everyone to take another picture and then check your stats, weigh yourself, see where you're at. But I also don't want you to get discouraged, because there will be weeks where you don't lose any weight, or you do gain weight, or some weeks where you only lose inches. But there's nothing wrong with that, because you are transforming your body, and muscle does weigh more than fat. So make sure that you do that just so that you can keep track of your progress. Another thing is plan. So no goal without a plan will be met. Make sure that you know what time you're going to be working out and what days. So I know some of you are like in nursing school, some of you are nurses, teachers, stay-at-home moms. And even, I have the luxury of staying home with my kids now, but I can tell you it's no easier than when I worked a full-time job. Actually, it's even harder, because I will set a plan and this is what I want to do, and then something derails my entire plan, and then my whole day's shot and I don't know what I'm going to do. So make sure that you have a backup plan. So like if you plan on working out first thing in the morning and you don't wake up on time, or one of your kids is sick, or you're up all night with them, then make sure you have a backup plan, whether it's, right as soon as you put the kids to bed, or whenever it is, your lunch break or something. But make sure that you always have a backup plan just in case. Because if not, then one day turns into 2 days, which turns into a week, which turns into a month, and then you're like, what happened? I don't know what I'm doing. The next thing is nutrition. So nutrition is 80% of your success. So are you prepared for that? If you prep, you'll be successful. And if you don't have a plan, you will not get the results that you want. So just make sure that as we go through this group, if you don't know what you're doing, that's perfectly fine. Because I know when I started, I was completely lost. I didn't understand the 21-day fixed meal plan. I didn't know how the containers worked. I didn't know anything about it. So don't feel like you're alone, because we've all been in the same situation, and that's why we have these challenge groups to help you guys kind of along the way. So we do have some challenge group rules, nothing difficult. Let me move this little thing right here. So why do we have coaches in challenge groups? 70% of all people who start a fitness program do not finish it. I've talked to every single one of you, and I know all of you have tried something that didn't work for you. And I'm the same way. I've been to gyms, I've done fitness programs, even some of the programs I have now. There are some that I like way more than others. I've had some that I never finished because it just wasn't the type of workout I liked. But then I've had other ones that I've repeated multiple times because I loved it so much. One thing, when Beachbody first became an entity, they had amazing success with their programs. We've all heard of P90X, Hip Hop Abs, Turbo Fire. Those are just some of the ones that everyone knows about. But the one thing that they were missing was coaches. When they first started, they didn't have coaches or challenge groups and things like that. So basically, they'd sell a program to somebody, they would do it for a couple weeks, and then it would just sit on the shelf. I mean, I've done it. I have Jillian Michaels workout programs that I did for a week and a half and thought it was amazing, and then life got in the way and I never finished it. So that's one of the things that I like most about Beachbody is that we have these groups, because this is honestly the reason why I've been able to stick with it. And even if I fall off and I stuck for a while, I always jump back in because I have people who are watching me and I have these accountability groups. So I want to make sure that you guys are actually using them for their potential. Okay, so how to use your challenge group. Once you've done a challenge group with us, then you're always more than welcome to join another one. I am going to start what is called a graduate challenge group. So once you've completed your first challenge group, you're more than welcome to go to that one, or you can fall over to the next month's challenge group. You just have to let us know at the end of the challenge if you want to go to the next one. And basically, they'll all kind of be similar. I usually change up the information we have on them, try to add different games or contests and stuff, but they're basically pretty much the same thing, and it's just kind of to keep you accountable. So if you ever fall off and want to get back in, just let your coach know, and we'll add you into the next group. The next thing is, these programs were put together the way that they are for a reason. So stick to your program. I want you to read through your books, know why they have your program set up the right way or that way, and stick to it. A lot of people are like, oh, I want to do extra running, or I think I want to do this extra stuff, but don't do it. Like, these really, truly work. Every program that you guys are all doing, I've done them and I've had great results from them. And that's because I trusted it and I stuck with it. Now, there are options like me and Jamal talked about where you can add in multiple workout programs together, but you have to be really careful when you do that to make sure that you're eating enough, because if you start doubling up programs and you're not eating enough, you're not going to have any results whatsoever. I can tell you, even just from going from 21 Day Fix to 21 Day Fix Extreme, I wasn't eating enough and I gained weight, and not in a good way. I just got super bloated. I wasn't getting the definition I needed. And then when I upped my calories, then it was, I literally lost like 8 pounds in 1 week because I needed to eat more. So make sure that you pay attention to that stuff and you ask questions if you decide you want to incorporate more running or an extra workout or things like that. Just because it does affect your results if you don't do it the right way. Also, make sure that you're checking in with the group every day. I can post the most amazing information and be as motivating as possible, but if you don't check in or you don't read what I'm doing, then there's no way that I can keep you accountable. And I can't help you if you're not checking in or you're not answering like if I message you and you don't answer, there's nothing I can do to help you from there. Also, you have to set your own plan and stick to it. So each week, between Friday and Sunday, we're all going to have our own plans where we do our meal prepping, do our schedule for the week, things like that. And you have to make sure you stick to that. Again, there's only so much I can do. I can't walk with you in your house and slap food out of your hand. So you have to have some kind of self-control. And I know it's hard, and I still struggle certain days, and that's fine. But you have to pick yourself back up, and you really have to make sure that you're conscious of what you're doing yourself. If you need help, then ask for it. Like I said, we have a whole challenge group full of myself and other coaches who've all been in the same boat as you. We've struggled with weight, we've struggled with motivation, all of it. So if you're struggling, then just say it, because more than likely, if you feel that way, someone else is feeling the exact same way as you. And we don't want to see, oh, I did a perfect workout today and I ate awesome all day, because that's not realistic. We all don't eat perfect every single day. So if you have a crappy day, it's okay to say that you had a crappy day. And we're all here to pick you up to try and motivate you to have a better day tomorrow. The most important thing is have fun. Getting fit and being healthy doesn't have to be a crappy situation. You don't have to dread it every single day. I know that it can be that way, but it shouldn't be that way. So I try to make sure that our groups are as fun as possible. And starting this week, we'll have some fun contests and things. So make sure that you look out for that. Okay, so meal planning 101. I'm sure most of you have heard of the 80-20 rule. So 80% of your progress is going to be in your nutrition. I know people think, oh, I have to have this amazing workout, but I can tell you, I can work my butt off all week, and if my nutrition sucks, then I'm not going to have good results. But I can also skip half my workouts and eat awesome and have great results. So make sure that you really are paying attention to what you put in your mouth. So here's a couple rules, kind of just to go by when it comes to clean eating. If it came from a mother or it grows in the ground, then it's probably safe to eat. So anything, whether it's like fresh meats, things like that, and then veggies, fruits, those kind of things, then it's probably safe to eat. We basically steer clear of all processed foods. If there's more than 3 ingredients in it, then you probably shouldn't be eating it. If you can't pronounce it, then you shouldn't eat it. I suggest that you eat 6 smaller meals a day, so don't starve yourself all day and then eat a huge dinner. That's not going to do you any good whatsoever. Your metabolism is going to be shot by the end of the day, and it's just going to hold on to every ounce of food that you eat if you starve yourself throughout the day. There is lots of variety besides for broccoli and chicken when you're eating clean. So if you need some examples of what to eat, then let me know. I can add you to my Pinterest board. I have a lot of stuff on there. You can even add stuff to it, or Pinterest is just a great way of finding new recipes, or our group. If you find a recipe that you try and you love it, then add it to the group, because I know I get tired of the same recipes, but sometimes it's easier just to stick to the same things. But please don't feel like you have to eat the same thing over and over again just to eat clean. Also, everyone's different. What works for your friend may not work for you. So like I told you before, sometimes if you're not getting the results you want, just ask, because it could be that you need to add more water or more protein or vegetables, things like that. But we can't help you unless you tell us that you're having struggles with that. So like if you know that you've been on point with your fitness and your nutrition and you're just not seeing anything, then let us know and we can help you figure it out. Also, eating clean is not a diet. It is a lifestyle change. I don't want anyone to say on our page, this diet's easy, this diet's hard, because it is not a diet. It is about learning how to eat the things that you like in a healthier way. Because I can guarantee if there's almost anything that you want to eat, we can figure out a healthy way of making it. Now, I can't guarantee that I can tell you how to make a Twinkie or something like that in a good way, but Mexican food pizzas, we can figure it out for you. Also, don't deprive yourself. You don't need to starve just because you're eating clean. Okay, so what can I help you with, guys? Brandy, let's start with you. Is there anything specifically that you know that you need help with? I'm going to stop recording. Actually, I'm not going to keep recording.
So there's kind of 2 things that I guess that would be a little bit different than some of the other people in the group.
Okay.
One, I'm still nursing my 1-year-old.
Yeah.
But I've watched a video from Autumn, since I'm doing the 21-day fix, that explains what you should do if you're nursing.
Yes.
My problem is I'm not nursing a 4, 5, or 6 month old. She nurses twice a day. So I don't think I need to go into a whole nother bracket and add 500 more calories a day, but I just don't know, at what point, how much more should I add?
What I would do, because everyone's different. I know when I was still breastfeeding Tegan, and I first started eating clean, my breast milk completely depleted. And it was because I didn't realize how many more calories I needed to eat. And honestly, I had to eat like 1,000 more calories than what I should have been, just because it completely took away my supply. So I would just start by adding like an extra serving of protein or vegetables and see where you go from there. And if you notice that it's, kind of you're not producing as much, then start eating a little bit more. But honestly, it really just depends on the person. Some people really have to go overboard, and then some people really don't have to eat that much more. Have you noticed a difference at all so far?
Well, that's the thing. It's like we're trying to wean a little bit anyways, slowly.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I think that she's nursing just for the comfort, and I don't even know how much she's getting.
Okay.
I've stopped pumping when I'm at work and everything, so I don't really know how much I'm producing. And if she's not getting very much, for one, it's not a big issue. And for 2, I have no idea.
I would just probably, instead of bumping up an entire calorie bracket, I would probably just add in like a couple extra vegetables or extra proteins, or just one of each even. And then, like I said, if she seems like she's still trying to nurse and it's not going anywhere, or she's getting mad or something about it, then maybe try to add a little bit more. But I think you should be okay, especially if she's only nursing twice a day.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else?
No, I mean, about my ankle injury. Yeah. The other thing too is, I signed up for the 21-day fix, but I don't know how to put this. So I don't really have any weight per se to lose anymore after having McKinley. And it's more just about toning and better lifestyle and better choices, exercising and eating. So I haven't been following, either the exercise plan or the food plan to a T, because I know even once I was done with, let's say, the 21 days, I physically don't have time to work out every single day, and I'm not probably going to. It's just more I want to get myself into a routine where I'm at least being healthy about it, you know, 3-4 days a week, and then making sure I'm eating right, you know, for a lifestyle change, not necessarily 21 days.
Yeah.
And so, you know, even before I sprained my ankle, you know, my goal was 3 days or 4 days of working out, whether it be at the gym or doing one of the 21 Day Fix videos. I like to take a couple classes at the gym during the week, so then I won't do my videos. So like, I feel like I'm not following the plan exactly. I don't really know how that fits into the group.
What I would do is I would pick whatever once your ankle's fine, pick one start date and just stick to it for one 21 Day Fix round. And do the meal plan, do the workouts, and see how it goes. And then once you get into that routine of doing something every day or whatever, and then you can figure out, you know, what you can go down to, whether it's taking a couple classes at the gym or only working out 3 days a week. Because, I mean, you can still have results if you do less. You're just not going to see as great of results. Plus, I mean, 21 Day Fix isn't necessarily about losing weight, because I can tell you I'm at a point now where I don't have a lot of weight I need to lose. Mine is just more of toning up certain areas of my body. And so I know that if there's a certain area I want to work on, I always will add in specific workouts for that body part. So but I always suggest people to at least do one full round where they're fully committed, just so you can actually see what your body can do. Because I can tell you, my body's changed more than I ever thought it would. There's no way I would have ever thought I'd be able to have abs after having 2 kids, like, ever. So now I want to see where I can go from there, because if I can do that, what else can I do to myself, you know? So I would just try and do at least one round. And then from there, if you want, we can come up with a plan that's a more, you know, 3 days a week you want to work out or whatever. And you don't always have to stick by containers. I don't use the containers when I make my meals every day. I just know now, because I've done it so long, that I need to eat this many fruits, this many vegetables, and I spread that out throughout the day. So when I first started, though, I was very particular about, you know, making sure I use enough greens, making sure I use enough purples, things like that. But after that, you don't have to do all that extra stuff. It's just more about a balance, and like you said, learning how to do it on an everyday basis and making a lifestyle change out of it.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Jemiah, what about you?
I think what is my biggest problem is, like, I liked the T25, but once I was done, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I would try to redo it, but it wasn't as fun as it was before. So then I was like, okay, and I have some P90X videos. So I tried those and I didn't really like those. So I really just kind of focused on eating right until I could find what I liked. And I used my elliptical because I have that. And so I would just do eat right and do my elliptical. Now, by saying eating right, I was eating healthy, but I was still eating what I liked, but I was really watching my portions. And like, if we went out to eat, I'd only eat half, and then I'd save it and try to figure out if I would eat it later, which mostly it just got thrown away because I don't like leftovers. And that's why I don't like to meal prep, because I can meal prep and I'll like something and I'll eat it, and then I won't want it again. Like, I was trying to make brown rice, but I hate leftover rice. So I'm like, I found these little containers that have it like just individually packed. So I'll just bring those and mic them on that day or whatever. And then I just don't have time. Like, when I switched my job, I had like a day off in the week. So I would be able to work out at whenever, because I would either go in later or I would get off early and I could get a workout in. But now I'm like, I just don't have time, and I'm either so tired by the time I get off work, and I can't wake up in the morning between Houston acting a fool in the morning and like trying to get my workouts in. It's either I'm going to be up super late and it throws me off for the next morning, or I'm up super early and I can't make it through my day because I'm so exhausted because I was up late at night trying to get my house in order or whatever. So I just am nervous about this meal prepping because, one, I don't think I have enough of my daily servings throughout the day, and I count it like 5 times and I'm like, I don't know what I'm missing, and I just don't want to feel hungry. I don't want to be like just eating it because I have to. I want to like be eating it because I want to eat it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see what happens. I followed your plan, and I think really it's just figuring out, because there's only me eating. Like Houston will eat whatever I make because it's just the two of us. But then I don't want to waste food if we don't get through it fast enough. So it's hard. That's what I need to figure out, is how to buy enough. I figure I can do either buy enough for 2 weeks or buy enough for a week, and then do my grocery shopping weekly instead of every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's just really trying to find a balance.
Honestly, there's only so much I can help you with that, as far as how much to buy, things like that. Because I mean, everyone will have to learn that on their own, as far as your family and what you'll do. What I used to, for myself, when I very first started, for my first round of 21 Day Fix, I literally prepped every single meal for myself. And it was basically the same stuff all the time, only because I knew that if I tried to do more, I would get frustrated and I wouldn't do it at all. But now that I know how to do it, I only prep my all of my snacks throughout the day, and then my lunches. And usually breakfast, I either just do my Shakeology, or I'll do something simple that I can make quickly that morning, or I'll drink my I'll drink my Shakeology or whatever. And then dinners, I make them every night now. But I used to always prep them because I knew that I would do terrible at it. A good thing for dinners, though, since it's just you and him, is a crock pot meal, because you can have it cooking all day. And then if you want to eat it the next day, you can. If not, then you don't really have to. You can just change the portion size so it's just enough for the two of you. But as far as not wanting to eat what you make, then I would just make sure that you have smaller portions of everything. And but at least always prep all of your snacks throughout the day, so that you at least ensure that you're doing that. Or like if you don't mind eating salads, I know some people hate it, but then I would at least prep a salad or a wrap or something for you during lunch, and so that that's prepared. And
I kind of got a little overwhelmed trying to prep today, so I just didn't do I got really overwhelmed. I was like, I can't, it's just too much. Like, it's just too much. So I already decided that I'm not going to prep my dinners. Like, I'll still make my dinners, because that's just like me and Houston's time, and we make them together. Yeah. And we eat pretty healthy. Like, he loves salads, so salads is no big deal. We'll eat salads for dinner. So I think what I did was I prepped everything that I want to eat during the day at work. So I got my little lunch bag, and I put all my little snacks in there, and like my lunch, and something to like a whole bunch of veggies. Like, I think half of my bag is veggies and fruits because I like those, and I got about my servings for the day, which is good. And I usually drink my shake in the morning anyway for breakfast, because I'm not a breakfast person. So that was easy for me. But it was just like, I think my main part is going to be getting through my day, because we always have something to eat at my job. Like, every day they're bringing in like catered little mini pies for everyone. Like, it's just crazy amount of food there. Like, I can't even take it. Like,
that's too funny.
I don't know.
Honestly, just that's going to be your own self-control with that. Because I know when I worked at the bank, we always had people bringing in crap all the time. So, but if you have your own snacks that you've already prepared, then you'll be fine. So that I think should be your biggest focus, is making sure that every week you have snacks prepared, especially through the weekend too, because that's usually when people fall off. And then your lunches if you can. And then I would, even if you don't want to prep your meals, I would just have them planned out for your dinners, so that you know what you're going to cook, opposed to, oh, I don't know what I want to make, I didn't set anything out, and then you eat something crappy. So even if you plan it but you don't prep it, then that can actually help you as well.
Okay.
All right, Jamie.
My big thing is just figuring out stuff that I actually like to eat, like dinner wise. Before, it was just me and the kids, and they don't like anything. They're extremely, extremely picky. Like, Mason will not eat any fruits, hardly any veggies. So trying to make something for just me and then making a completely separate thing for the kids was a pain in the butt. Yeah. But now LJ is back home, and he's trying to eat better with me. So I'm doing I'm trying to figure out meals for both of us, and he's really picky. So, but that's my biggest thing is just finding pretty much dinners that I can make that everybody's going to like. Okay. And making more than just like a meat. I just feel like it's so plain. It's like always a meat, a veggie, and a little bit of a carb, and it just gets boring after a while. I don't feel like I can make like a meal because I don't know what I'm doing.
Do your kids, or do you guys like Mexican food, pizza, things like that?
Yeah, and I was thinking about trying, like, I found some little Mexican pizza ideas on Pinterest, actually. I've been trying to look at a lot more things on there to see if I can find things. So I have almost 2 weeks of dinners written down that I want to try.
Yeah.
So that's where we are right now. But like, I tried to look at your little thing online on how to like plug in the thing. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so stupid with computers. So I just have a piece of paper and everything written out that way.
Just write it out. The only reason why I even started that one was just because then it was easy for me to track me and Leon's, and I could just put all the stuff on the thing on my phone. But I don't always use that either. Sometimes I use just a notepad. But I'm gonna try for next month to actually have a whole month's worth of dinners planned, like just a list of ideas, and then give that to the group to see if that will help people just with more ideas. But I'm also going to start a dinner board on our page under the file section where people can just start posting things, because dinners are usually the hardest thing. Even in my house, we struggle. We just get bored with eating the same things. But I don't even remember. Have I uploaded the Crock-Pot meal plans on our group yet? Because there are some really good Crock-Pot things that are on there that your kids might eat. Or like I said, there's a lot of simple Mexican foods. There's a lot of crock-pot, like crock-pot lasagna, things like that you can make healthy. Or I know Brandy's been doing a lot of spaghetti squash at her house. I don't know if you tried it.
That's because I bought a 3-pound spaghetti squash, and I've been eating it for like 6 days. How much
That's hilarious.
I finally finished it off today. I'm done with it.
That's so funny.
We went to the grocery store today, and Derek's like, you want to get another spaghetti squash? I'm like, hell no, not right now.
That is so funny. Well, that is an option. Just don't buy a 3-pound one. Now we all know.
Yeah. And I want to try that too. That was something that I have on my little list that I want to try doing. I think my other thing was just staying motivated, because it was just me. Like, none of my friends really go to the gym, and being in school and home with the kids and the amount of homework and LJ not being here, like, I was dead. Like, I only get like, when school's in, I only get like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. So I was like, well, when am I going to put a workout in here? Like, the first time when I tried to like halfway do the program or whatever, I was eating really good, and I lost like 10 pounds. I did really good that way. I didn't work out at all because there was no time, but I dropped the weight still, which was great, but I've gained it all back. And like, I don't know, especially since he just got home, like, we're always doing something, or we have to go somewhere and see somebody and eat out. And I'm like, oh, it's not a big deal. I'll just have a soda, or, I'll just have this meal real quick. And I've quickly gained the weight back, but I think that it'll be a little bit easier because, he's like, okay, I'll go to the gym with you, and okay, I'll eat better with you. So like, we have it planned all week. We're going to get up and be at the gym at 4:15, which sucks. You guys.
Whew.
But he has school from 7 to 5 every day right now, and then I start school next week, so I'm in class from 6:45 to 3 every day, and then the kids and dinner and then bed. So there's not really a whole lot of time to really work stuff in. So we're like, oh, we're just going to get up and do it. So
I would definitely suggest Crock-Pot meals for you then, honestly, because I know when I still worked at the bank, I always had to do that, or we would be eating hot dogs and mac and cheese at my house, because
the other thing
time for anything else.
The other thing we're going to try, that's actually managed to work out pretty good, is doing stuff on the grill, because it doesn't take as long. So, and he's home now, so he can grill, because I don't know how to do it. So I was like, okay, well, now I have somebody to grill. So that's been a lot quicker, and we've bumped our times up. We were eating at almost 8 o'clock every night when he first got home. So we're at least getting meals in at 6.
One other thing also, I would just make sure if you know that your schedule's that crazy and you can't work out every day of the week or 5 days a week, then just schedule at least 2 to 3 days that it's mandatory, it's not an option to skip. Whether it's you're getting up early in the morning, or as soon as you get home, like no exception kind of thing. Because I know when my sister did this, she did 2 rounds of it and she lost like 36 pounds. But she only worked out like maybe 2 or 3 days because her schedule's so crazy at work. And same thing, by the time she'd get home, it'd be 10 o'clock at night, and who wants to work out at 10 o'clock at night, realistically?
Yeah.
But I mean, you can still have success as long as you're eating healthy. So
Yeah.
Does Dairy Queen count? We love that.
definitely not. Go get some frozen yogurt. It's still really good.
I know. Okay, so I tried the
Okay.
I tried the plain Greek yogurt with fruit in it, and it's honestly the grossest thing I've ever tasted in my life.
I will tell you, even I'm getting ready to prep I'm going to do Beachbody's Classic when we go to Summit in Tennessee, and it's like a fitness competition, but I refuse to eat plain Greek yogurt as yogurt. I can eat it as a supplement for sour cream, like on Mexican food, because it works just fine. But as eating it with fruit or something, it's the grossest thing ever. I cannot do it.
Okay, good, because I threw it away and bought the flavored stuff. I was like, I can't do this.
Don't do flavored though. Do vanilla and then add fruit to it.
Yeah, I got like vanilla. I got all the vanilla, and I have like
love
the
the vanilla
frozen fruit.
just by itself.
Yeah.
Like I don't even care about throwing the fruit in there. Like I just like to eat it by itself now.
Yeah.
That plain stuff was god awful. Oh my god.
I know lots of people that love it. I can't do it. That's just one thing.
Oh, it was horrible.
A little bit of extra calories or whatever that's in it is not going to completely derail me. So I don't, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, frozen yogurt is definitely a better option than Dairy Queen. Is there any?
Well, we got a bunch of Dairy Queen cards from my grandma. I was like, God, you're killing me, Grandma. So we tried to like shovel in everything we could before I started, and we still have like $30 left. So I'm like,
just save it for that one like cheat day or like a special occasion or something.
something.
All right, we're about to run out of time. Is there anything else that you guys know that you need help with as of right now? And if we need to, I can do like a one-on-one call with you guys at some point to go over your own specific meal plans or things that you need help with. Or obviously you can just message me too.
No. Is there anything else besides cottage cheese? I don't like that either. And I feel like that's on a lot of stuff. Like it's always like supplement with cottage cheese, and I can't eat it. I just can't.
You mean for like a snack idea or?
Yeah, like I have string cheese, like that, but it wasn't really on the list. But I can't. Cottage cheese is just gross too. It is.
You're so funny. I have to think of different things that you can do for snacks. I mean, I'll eat oatmeal for snacks just because it's a good source of energy. I'll do yogurt with fruits, string cheese. I do Hy-Vee sells like, it looks like a Slim Jim, but it's a turkey sausage. We call them turkey sticks. But we eat those all the time. My kids are obsessed with them. Or like if I'm on a real protein dense meal plan, Ashley does it at her job too. Literally just like grill or cook turkey sausages. It's almost like a